well, he didn't. I didn't. We met in Miami when he was training at the gym when I was getting ready to fight Jermaine Teller. He's the WBA heavyweight champion right now. Push your computer up, anybody that's listening, you'll see his name, you'll see his accomplishments. He come up from cruiserweight less than a year and a half ago. He went up and beat the Giant. The Giant was 7 foot, some tall, Don King fighter. He whooped him. Mm-hmm. Roy Jones Jr. is the only middleweight, then super middleweight, then light heavyweight. He jumped over cruiserweight and beat John Ruiz for the heavyweight championship of the world. And it just happened to be the same title that Hayes holds right now, which is the WBA.
Okay.
And so my three amigos, okay. my three going away songs, because once you win the heavyweight championship, coming from a middleweight division, and I'm not a big guy, I'm a lean, mean guy, but I'm not a big 7-footer, 6'9", 250, 205, and I'll definitely hire Mackie Showstone for this heavyweight fight. You know, he made history with Michael Spinks versus Larry Holmes, also Roy Jones when he beat John and Reese. So this would be a great 24/7. Matter of fact, they don't want for me and Roy. They don't want for me and Roy anyway. Okay. But the thing is this. Now, that's the way to go out. See, because in those fights, especially the two, I am probably going to be a slight underdog or a slight favorite with Roy. Okay. Benefit of doubt. I give a benefit of doubt. But with this heavyweight thing that's already been out there, that's going to have people saying that man has lost his damn mind. That's going to say this is a chance. We're finally going to see him laid out, filleted, right, and ready to go on the grill. And this will, Bernard Hopkins will prove that the gods on this world is not the God that runs the show.
Okay.
And that's why when you said earlier, you seen me stare, and you seen me look, and you seen me do this, and you seen me do that. Let me tell you something. When last year, you're only good as your last song, you're only good as your last hit, it ain't what you did yesterday, it's what you do today. But if you got any blueprint that I'm not bluffing or promoting, look at October 18th of last year. That is my blueprint. That is my resume. When you go for a job and they say, well, the last time you worked, you tell them, it's okay, what's your resume? Because you're going to tell them what you want to tell them. But my resume speaks louder than what this interview do. And when those opportunities come, I set my destiny. I'm not control of the end of what happens to my destiny, but I set it, and I put my heart, and I put my faith in the law, and I put everything involved in that, and then I do the work. I am the carpenter. I am the carpenter that do the work, and that's where my blessings come from. Because once I set a stage what I want to do in my life, like I told the industry, I said, not only am I going to accomplish the fame, I want the fortune too. Y'all telling me take the fame and keep the fortune in their pocket. I said, no. Why can't I have both? And so they came against me, like all prophets. And I'm not a prophet, but they came against all of them that stood up against something that was a norm or supposed to happen. No. My legacy will be remembered not only as a great fighter that they call me today, because it's better for them to call me great than myself, is that what I've done out of the ring. And I still got my bearings, thank God. I can't tell you what's going to happen December 2nd as far as where my health will be, because that's what we sign up for. When we fight, the fighter knows, most of them, when we go in there, there's no guarantee you'll come out on your 2 feet. And if you do, you might not be the same. We sign up for that. And so my sport, which is a sport where you go to work and you don't have to come out alive. How many people can say they go to work and know that when they leave there, that they're going to be the same person that went to work will be the same person that leaves to work? The chances in this game, this blood sport, is rolling the dice every time, no matter how good you are, when you step in that square circle. Do or die. And that's the 3 fights, and that's the way I want to end it, not 5 but 3. And that's the way the heavyweight championship of the world. But until then, there's always a mystery until I make it happen. And so December 2nd, that's when the marathon starts. I got a hit list. I told Richard Schaefer. I said I got a hit list that's going to have the boxing world scratching their head for some, and some is going to be real nervous because they understand that I'm very unpredictable. I'm not predictable. I'm unpredictable. You will be committing a financial suicide if you boldly and somehow go against me because of what you think, because of what you believe, and because of what you think what might not happen, what you do is you sit back and you say, wait a minute, he fooled me before. He done things before, but it doesn't mean it has to happen now. That's the $1 million question. I just need you to get in the seats. I just need the butts in the seats, the tickets to be sold. Ali was great for having most people angry at him. They came to see him get his brains beat out. Well, come see me get mine and see what happens.
You're listening to Eric B. and Friends.
Sure. You know what, Bernard? So that's your top three.
That's my top three.
So do you have what about a cruiserweight?
No. Cruiserweight is like, you know, it's like you want to be a heavyweight, but you're a cruiserweight. So it's like Milli Vanilli. It's like you want to, you know, you're trying to you got a good a song, but you ain't singing it. So if I'm not, I mean, the song is good, but I'm not singing it. Mm-hmm. But the song is good until it's a scratch or a skip, and then I'm still singing the same part that skipped, and everybody know, hold up, man, I'm a fraud. See, a cruiserweight only was built based on you were small enough to be a light heavy, or you were small enough to be, big enough to be a cruiserweight, but small enough to be a light heavy, or big enough to be a light heavyweight, or vice versa. So you caught in the mix. It's like a lost child or a lost weight division, where you're not a heavyweight, but you're not a light heavyweight. I mean, so they created this, you know, more sanctioning fees, another belt, another 300 belts out there, so another belt. We name it the cruiserweight. A cruiserweight always go to a heavyweight. We all know that. Mm-hmm. Michael Spinks, Holyfield, they stopped there. There's only a toll bridge stop from here to Jersey.
Yeah.
There's only a stopover. Nobody made money in the cruiserweight division. That's why I've always skipped the cruiserweight division. He's fighting cruiserweight now because, you know, who else is going to give him an opportunity in any other weight class? He's just a name right now. Mm-hmm. And so why do that? I never shortchange and take short steps. When I do something, I do it big. I've always been that way. Well, I was like that when I was negative, when I was ignorant, and I'm like that now when I'm not.
You said when you in the streets you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what's so funny, Bernard? I'm sitting here with my man Gutter, right? Gutter been in and out of the can with his monkey shit. So he told me all the time. He said, yo, Bernard, yo, that's my nigga. That's the jail nigga. That's my motherfucking man right there. He turned me on. He said, nah, Bernard Hopkins, he been riding with you. How long you been riding with Bernard, Gutter?
Oh, man, way over about 15, 16 years.
Yeah, he been riding with you for a long time, Bernard.
Yeah, man, these jokers, man, I mean, that's how I've been. I'm just so blessed, and I appreciate you riding with me, brother. And I'm so blessed, man, that I kept that same mentality even up to the day as we speak, because my whole thing is man, I just didn't want to win the championship. Yeah, when I first come home in '88 with that 9 years parole to walk off at 23 years old with a G,
wow.
with a GED,
wow.
Getting the belt was a big thing for me.
Definitely.
I lost this opportunity by decision. And then I went to Roy Jones in '93 in Off-K Stadium. And then I said, okay, I went on and ran all 25 straight wins. And I said, okay, I'm glad I finally got the belt in '95. Now, tell you how I think. I just reversed it into the positive. I said, wait a minute. You mean there's 4 other guys that got middleweight belts too? Keith Holmes, William Droppy, and some other guy. I said, so everybody call themselves champion? What kind of sport is this? So I waited all these years. Politics, political, court battles, suits, everything. And they finally made a tournament because they thought Trinidad, who he is at that time, before he ran into me, was a killer. So I went over there and I let them know that I don't care anything about Tito, and I started a national riot. And so, but this is, listen, ain't nobody was pre-warned, ain't nobody was nothing. Because see, when you tell your bulls that something's going to happen, either they got a chance to act like they got heart, or they got a chance to get away from you. So you don't let them know, because at the end of the day, when it kicks off, they're not prepared, then that means that they don't have it in them from day one. You don't give your people a chance to prepare unless you're going into some kind of other fight. But if you're going into a fight, a battle on this level, then you don't let them know that, look, man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I don't know what's going to happen when I go down there. But I know one thing, I'm not going to sit back and watch and act like I'm some kind of guy just taking a ride. I'm not taking a ride. I am the man, I'm the champ. You got to beat me. We're not going to reverse it through the promotional tip.
So B-Hop, I got to ask you a question. This is the gutter man. So you're not gonna turn that fight down against